Good morning, comic fans. You're with the Comic Push at the Comics Club, Tampa and Brandon's favorite comic and gaming store. It is Wednesday, the very best day of the week. We all know why. It's because it's New Comic Book Day. What's better than new comic books? You know, comic books will never fail us. Comic books will never betray us. Comic books will always be there for us when times are tough, when things are down, when it seems like life has nothing to offer you. Get a comic book. Come on down to the Comics Club and get yourself a comic book and take it home. Lay back, get yourself your favorite beverage, your favorite snack, and enter a multitude of alternate worlds where you can forget this crazy world we actually live in. So today, my friends, we have another tall stack. In fact, this is probably the tallest stack of the year. Let me get out my handy dandy tape measure, and let me tell you, look at this stack. It is over 7 inches tall. We haven't had a stack that tall in weeks and weeks and weeks, and it is so good. It is so very good to have a stack that tall. So what should we get into first? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get into something that's actually not directly comics, but related to comic books, and that is some fun Funko. Some Funko fun. Funko Pops. We got Zombie Gambit. Look at Zombie Gambit. He's a zombie. He likes to eat X-Men brains. That's a whole series back there of all the different ones. We've had them all here in the Comics Club. How you doing, Red Bears Review? Captain Comics, ahoy, mateys. Good to see you, Captain. And we've had all of these in the store. I don't know if we have all of them in stock right now, but we also just got in another one. It is also another zombie one. It is Zombie Dr. Doom. This zombie will be your doom. So, there it is. The Dr. Doom, Funko Pop, Zombie, and Zombie Gambit. Pretty cool stuff. We also got in a tall stack of trades and graphic novels. So let's dive right into them. So, Captain, you're going to like this one. Captain Comics. This is Peanuts Scotland bound Charlie Brown. Look at, they're all in a boat on the cover, and they're all heading to Scotland. Look at, got Snoopy here with his bagpipes. Why they're going to Scotland, I'm not certain. Good old Charlie Brown has fallen in love with his pen pal from Scotland. You know, he likes little redhead girls, just like me. I could relate to Charlie Brown. So now, of course, my little redhead girl is my wife. She's an all grown-up redhead girl, but she's the one for me. But loving the redhead girls, and oh, look, there he is with his Scotland pen pal, and he got to meet her. And Snoopy, and what's that little bird's name? Anybody know that bird's name? I forget. A sea trip. That's right, Captain. They're on a sea trip. Yo ho, yo ho. It's off to Scotland for them. If any of you haven't seen WandaVision, what is mentally wrong with you? You have to watch WandaVision. And we just got in Vision and the Scarlet Witch, the saga of Wanda and Vision. So if you want to read up on them, this book covers Giant Size Avengers #4, Vision and Scarlet Witch 1 through 4, Vision and Scarlet Witch 1 through 12 from 1985 series, and West Coast Avengers from 1985 #2. So great stuff there. Be sure to check that out. Oh. If you are into military stuff, into war stories and things like that, this one is called Tankies. And it's about a crew who obviously operate a tank. It's gritty and realistic, and it's a great story, and it's all color. So you get all the bloody, and I'm telling you, bloody stories from what it looks like World War II or is it current times? I'm not quite certain what times it's set in, but it looks pretty awesome if you're into war stories. Of course, there's been a new Godzilla movie, Godzilla versus King Kong. And of course, we have some Godzilla trade paperbacks in, and this is the one we just got in, Godzilla Dominion. So if you're a kaiju fan, a giant monster fan, this is the book for you. You can pick it up here at the Comics Club. And of course, if you get into the store and you need a discount, if you don't already have a discount with us through our subscription service or our discount club, then maybe, just maybe, you can learn the secret word today. And if you know the secret word, it gets you 15% off any single item in stock, one per person per day, until next week's secret word. And if you're a discount club member or a subscriber at our store, you can get an extra 5%. It gives you 20% off any single item in the store. And that is an awesome deal, especially if you buy a wall book, because the Wall of Wonder, it's just fantastic deals at 20% off. It's just incredible. G.I. Joe, talking about war stuff. G.I. Joe, this is the new series that started last year. And this is the Join the Fight, this brand new saga featuring your favorite Joes alongside fresh new recruits. So they introduced some new G.I. Joes for us. Did you get the hair? My hair has a life of its own. And good morning, Eric. And Woodstock. Yes, Woodstock's his name. Thank you so much, Captain. Woodstock, the little birdie. Snoopy and Woodstock, when they had those during the Great Pumpkin stories, when he would be fighting against the Red Baron, great stuff. I love those little cartoons. Star Wars, this is the fiction collection. It's a hardcover, and it collects a lot of great stuff in here. Darth Vader confronts a mysterious face from Anakin Skywalker's past. Lando Calrissian faces the terrifying firepower of Imperial Walker. The Empire's stormtroopers ruthlessly pursue survivors from Alderaan, and a squadron of B-wing fighters engage in a desperate mission during the Battle of Endor. If you like your Star Wars, here's a collection of some great stories. You should check that out. John Romita did this artist edition of John Romita's work on Spider-Man, and it's the black and white pages that were done. It collects a lot of them together. He is arguably the artist most associated with Spider-Man. I mean, it's just amazingly wonderful. If you're a Spider-Man fan, this is just awesome stuff, right? So you might want to check that out today at the store if you're here. And one more of the big trade paperbacks and stuff and oversized books. This is the official Metropolis edition of The Amazing World of Superman, with a special bonus poster giving you the map of Krypton. How cool is that, to have a map of Krypton? I really like that. So, I mean, if you know me, you know that Superman is my favorite hero and always has been ever since I was a little boy. But my first experience with Superman wasn't in the comic books. It was with the Adventures of Superman TV show way back when. My mom would sit my little brother and I down, and we would watch the amazing adventures of Superman. And I would love how it began. As a little boy, I would be mesmerized watching the show. I mean, I'm like 3 years old, 4 years old. And I'd be looking at the screen, and, when it would open up, it'd be, look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. And the whole thing. You probably could drop a bomb behind me, and I would not notice. I would be so locked to the television set. Okay, so we got some really great variants in this week, too. But before we get into that, are any of you into space and science and stuff like that? I love science documentaries, and I'm so thrilled at what's been happening with SpaceX and what they've been doing and putting the satellites up and all the advancements they've been making in space launches. And they are going to be the doorway to our next stepping out into space again. But I was watching some of the stuff that SpaceX has been doing, and I learned something. Do you know when astronauts have lunch? At lunchtime. So there's always that. This is Thor number 14, a 1 in 25 variant, just hitting the stands today. Pardon me, guys. I think I have a frog in my throat. Free advertisement for Dunkin' Donuts. My favorite kind of coffee. Deja Thoris, number 12. You know, you got to love Perillo's art. It's just great stuff. I wish we had less reflection. Maybe I should stop putting him inside the bags and boards until after the show. Lock and Key. This is a 1 in 10 cover, black and white, of Lock and Key. But don't feel left out. Don't feel left out, Mr. Happy. Mr. Happy would like to jump in. All of a sudden, in the middle of everything, you want to do this now. Okay, well, the secret word is FOMO. It's not really a word. It's kind of a slang. And we all know what that stands for, fear of missing out. If you miss out on the secret word, you won't be able to get that discount. So don't miss out. Know that the secret word is FOMO. Thank you, Mr. Happy. Okay. We'll have a different word next week. Thanks, Mr. Happy. Thank you so much. He didn't really care for that word this week, but FOMO is the secret word. Batman, the Detective #1, the new offering from DC Comics. This is a 1 in 25 Ricardo Federici cover. I'm loving it. I'm loving his artwork. He's been doing such great covers. And he's also done this one for the Joker. This is Joker #1, and that is Punchline. Great stuff. I'm always FUBAR. Ah, yes. The challenges of life, eh? FUBAR, FOMO, WTF, man. This is also Joker, and this is a 1 per store Santa Prisca. I believe that's how you pronounce the name, Santa Prisca cover. And this one is highly sought after, and you're going to want to bring some extra money to the store for this one today, because there's only 1 for every store. And this is actually a woman, and this woman, this is spoilers. If you don't want to know what this is, you want to turn away for a moment. I'll tell you. I'll give you a moment to turn away. Tick tock, tick tock. Okay, now I'm going to tell you. This is Bane's daughter, and she's making her first appearance. And I think she wants some revenge on Batman. What do you think? You think? So, do we look like we make a good couple? Not too much reflection. But anyway, there she is. Bane's daughter making her debut in the Joker #2. And this is a 1 per store. Each of us got 1 of these babies. So it's highly sought after. Yeah, Bane's daughter. Bane's daughter. Have I been saying Bane? Did I say something else? This is Bane's daughter. I don't know her name. Susie? Sally? Bane? Barbara? Barbara Bane? What's Bane's real name? Does anybody know? Does anybody know her name? No spoilers. I've already spoiled enough. Okay. If you've looked away, you can look back now. There it is. There's those. And we really do have a big stack of comic books. Tons of different titles. I will try to move through them quickly, but there's a lot of stuff, guys. So if you're interested, this is the part of the show where we're going to show you the covers of all of the comic books that are hitting the stands at the Comics Club today. So if you're not going to stick around for that, then please let me ask you to leave a comment below after the show and be entered into our monthly drawing, because that's what we do. We enter you to a monthly drawing you get 1 entry for every show that you leave a comment after, 1 per show. You can leave more comments, but only 1 will count as an entry. So, and also, if you like the show, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. And for those of you hanging out with us, then here are the comics and stuff that's hitting this week. This is the oversized Vampirus Camarilla, the latest issue, #3 of that offering. And this is kind of a knockoff of Vampirella. So if you're a Vampirella fan, you'll probably like this, because it's done in that total vein, the same vein that Vampirella was done back in the old Warren days, if you read Vampirella during that time. So there's that. And if any of you have been around in comic books for a long time, probably like me and Captain Pav, you remember this character, Darkhawk. He's making his reappearance here in the Heart of the Hawk. This is the #1 issue, and we have a few different covers to choose from. So there you go. I think is this the 30th? This is the 30th anniversary of Darkhawk. Yeah, he's been around that long. Have you been reading comics that long? You watch comics these days. I mean, you know, what's going on right now with the Falcon and Winter Soldier is pretty amazing. Loving that stuff. Lock and Key crossing over into the Sandman universe. This is Lock and Key Hell and Gone, #1. And we have a couple different covers there. You saw the variant earlier cover. And there is that. Guardians of the Galaxy introduces a new team in this issue, #13. This is the 30th anniversary of Deadpool cover by Rob Liefeld. Hey, you watching, Rob? We love you, man. And here's another one. And another one. And I'm going to move this microphone a little bit. And if you can't hear me well, just let me know. Say, hey, or turn up the volume. So there you go. And it's introducing a new team of players for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Maniac of New York hitting issue #3. Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon, issue #4, hitting the stands. We have Maestro, War and Pax. Issue #4. Thor, issue #14. Yeah, it looks like he's up against Blake there. It's like Thor's having a bad day. Sounds good. Thank you. I didn't know if I moved away too much how much sound we might lose. So this is Loki and Thor, Double Trouble. Fun for everyone in this one. Gotta love that. Undone by Blood, The Other Side of Eden. Are you a Wolverine fan? Today's your day. It's issue #11. Scumbag. No, I wasn't talking to you. This is Scumbag #7. Children of the Atom #2. You know, we had a problem with issue #1 of this. Unfortunately, one of our boxes was lost by UPS, and we still never got it. And unfortunately, Diamond, of course, ran out of copies because Marvel only prints to initial orders. So we didn't have as many of the #1s as we were supposed to have. Tragic loss. Forcing our customers to go elsewhere to find it. That's what's really disturbing to me. But couldn't do anything about it. It was beyond my control. So here we have Black Cat, and she's got a couple different covers here. She's a Marvel's version of Catwoman, I guess. Are you a Star Wars fan? This is the classic cover from depicting a scene in the movie. It's like Skywalker versus Skywalker there. But this story is actually a standalone one-shot in the series, but it's about this guy, Bosk. Evil Bosk. Look at that. Look, he's killing something apparently, and he's licking his lips as he's doing it. Wow. Kanto, the little living toy robot guy, he's in the Land of Giants in this one. This story is a bridge between another story and I guess the upcoming story, or something like that. But this is a bridge story. Not about a bridge, bridging the gap between two stories. Hey, Juggernaut, good to see you this morning. I'm so glad you made it in. I'm almost out of breath. Sounds like you ran to the show and got here just in time. I'm glad you joined us. Yosagi Yojimbo, #18. Homesick pilots. They just wish they were home. Interesting stamps on the back. Got R.I.P. Nuclear Bastards. What the heck is Nuclear Bastards? And what does the other thing say? Dead End Video. This is classified. Santa Manos? that dead end video. It says Santa Manos or what have you. I showed you the variant covers for Joker #2 before, but we have more. We have this one. Now, for whatever reason, I got in fewer of this particular cover. So if this is the one that turns you on, and this one actually has the appearance of this family on there, I guess, for the first time. Family that kills together, dies together, I guess. And good morning, Mesomorpheus. There's another winner. He's a winner because he shops at the Comics Club, and everyone's a winner when they shop at the Comics Club. We know this young lady, the psychotic punchline. Look at Joker here. He seems to be somehow distraught over that pool of blood he's looking into there. I don't know why. Batman the Detective just launches. It's a 6-part series. This is #1. And it looks like the Batman from the movies, eh? The recent movies. And then, of course, you can draw your own Batman cover with this wonderful field of bats in the background, blue cover. And on the inside of that is that cover, as you can see. I think this is the regular standard #1 cover is on the inside. So if you're an artist, here's your canvas to work with. If you're not an artist and want to have it done by somebody else, cool. Or maybe you just like that field of bats and just want to keep it the way it is. There it is for you. Superman #30. This is an issue that has a first appearance of a new character. I like this art. Superman and his super son. Pretty cool. Wonder Woman. Are you a Wonder Woman fan? Smash the like button gang. Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. So, Batman Urban Legends, issue #2. That's pretty awesome. And look, it's a Kabuki. These are great covers. The Rorschach story continues in Rorschach issue #7. That's a strange eye test, eh? And there's that one in the classic Watchmen format. American Vampire from 1976. Family Trees? Is that what it says? Family Trees. So it looks like they're going back in time and looking, because this is from the 1800s. Are you a vampire fan? My wife likes vampire and werewolf stories, especially if they're like detective stories, you know. She also likes stories from the time era of the 1800s, the Victorian and Edwardian time frame. Sweet Tooth. Look at this. Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries. Help Batman and the gang solve a mystery. You think they'll be driving around in the Mystery Machine or the Batmobile? What do you think? Maybe both? A little bit of both? Who knows? But looks like the gang's all here. I wonder what the mystery is. You'll have to read it to find out. Super Sons. I only have daughters, so I know nothing of sons. But these are super. It's Robin and Connor. No, it's Jonathan. That's Jonathan, not Connor. Connor's a whole different story. Not actually a son at all. I think a half clone? It used to be, unless they've changed that too. Phantom on the Scan, #1. There's one called Eros Psyche, which is a wholly different kind of thing. Certainly not for all ages. you're interested in that. Oh yeah, Juggernaut Batman has the cash. You got it. At least Bruce Wayne does. One of his personas is loaded in dough. Are you a George Martin fan? He's a prolific writer, and this is the comic book based on his stuff, A Clash of Kings. Maybe you watched Game of Thrones. I've never watched more than the first episode of Game of Thrones. One of these days, I'll get back to it. Hey, here's a weird offering. It's part 1 of 3 from Zenoscope called Man, Goat, and Bunny Man. They don't seem like nice guys. I have no idea about that. What kind of strangeness is this? I like this cover, though, of it. That is awesome. Man, Goat, and the Bunny Man. But who is she? I guess we'll have to read it to find out. Red Sonja, superpowers. There's usually lots of different covers of this, and there are lots of different covers of this, but they got gobbled up on pre-orders, guys, so this is the one I got left. Redemption. For some, there's just no redemption. Irredeemable. Some people think I'm that. Irredeemable type. Non-stop Spider-Man. Number 2. A lot of action going on there, eh? Spider-Man tossing that web around like it's, nothing. Iron Man. Looks like an Alex Ross cover there. Iron Man does whatever an iron can. Daredevil, number 29. Ooh, it's Elektra as Daredevil. Is it Dare Elektra or Elektra Devil? I like Elektra Devil. We'll call her Elektra Devil. My Little Pony. Number 96. We're getting close to the issue 100. Who would have ever thought that My Little Pony would hit issue 96? And it's going to hit 100 soon. A new story, a number 1. This is Spider-Man Spider's Shadow. If you hear that phone ringing, don't answer it, even if it's me calling. Here's another one for Spider's Shadow. I like that one. We're not answering that. Doctor Who. If you're a Doctor Who fan like I am, I love Doctor Who. There's a character on there who's called the Master, and he's also, or that creature is also a Time Lord, but he recently regenerated because they can do that after they die. The message machine is answering. So anyway, Doctor Who, Missy comic book is launching this week. Missy. Look at that. This is the photo cover. This is the actress who plays Missy, who is the Master. And you see some of her other incarnations of her previous lives as the Master. What a great character, though. And Missy has played it better than any of them, I think. She is just remarkable. So I'm loving that. Loving seeing Missy get her own book. Deja Thoris, number 12. Are you a Deja Thoris fan? There is the cosplay cover. Some great stuff. And two more for Deja Thoris. Always great covers. Look at that. But this next one's my favorite. You saw the variant earlier. Perilla. What a great artist. Really, really good stuff. So, let me just do a little rearranging here because this stack was quite tall today. Quite tall stack. Quite a tall stack. Hellboy fans? Young Hellboy. That's Young Hellboy, issue number 3 of the 4-part miniseries. Vampirella, Dark Powers, Jay Lee cover. Loving Jay Lee's covers. Just great stuff. Someone calling to snag a cover? Well, they'll just have to wait till after the show. So there's that. Lighthouse. This is a mini-series based on a story by Jules Verne. These people are going into a black hole. This black hole, like this teleports. This I guess this way they go there. This thing's called the Lighthouse. It's a science fiction. It looks pretty awesome by one of the all-time masters of science fiction, one of the earliest science fiction authors, Jules Verne, if not the earliest. He may have been the original. Home. This little boy's trying to make it to America, timely, but he's also got superpowers manifesting. It's like he's got all kinds of shit to deal with. Poor kid. So this is Chariot. Cool. Yeah, almost all the artists out there that you meet at the shows and stuff like that, conventions, they're always such nice people. I got to meet many of them over the years. And Terry Moore, who did Strangers in Paradise, and he's now done Rachel Rising and some other things like that. He was such a nice man to meet. I got to meet him twice. And the guy who created Lady Death, from what today it's Coffin Comics that put that out, but he was a real nice guy to meet too. And Charles Vess, met him. What a nice person to talk to. The girl who electrified Tesla. This is the photo cover and one of the art covers. We had a couple damages on this week's and as usual, unfortunately, and so not all of them made it through, but this one did. I like that one. That artist looks familiar. Is anybody familiar with Danny? Danny, the artist Danny, 2020. Power Ranger fans, latest offering from Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin number 6 or Power Rangers number 66, however you want to do it. Confusing. And here you go. Draw your own Power Rangers cover. Love those blank covers. King in Black has, I think, wrapped up, but we have a story still continuing, and I think this is the final issue for it, I think. King in Black Namor. I think he stole Aquaman's trident. Look at that. Arthur might be very upset with Namor. Star Trek fans, I love Star Trek. The Gift. It's a one-shot called The Gift. Why do I think somehow Q would be involved in this? I think so. So, Power Pack Outlawed. Who is that character on the cover? I don't recognize it. Who is that? Does anybody know who that is? Who that character is? I haven't been following this, so I'm not certain about that. Are you a fan of Black Hammer? I am. What great stuff. If you like Golden Age kind of characters, this book has been so amazing. Black Hammer Visions. I've read the first issue. It's up to number 3. I'm behind. I haven't read number 2. Scout's Honor is continuing. You won't believe what happens with this giant spider creature behind her and her. And I'll give you one spoiler. She's bleeding there. You see her bleeding? It's not from the spider. And what's that little device there? Fine, but it's interesting. You have to check this out. If you haven't, this is a post-apocalyptic world where They've based their government or the way of life on the Boy Scouts manual. How crazy is that? But this has been really good. I've been enjoying it. And I speaking about talking about Terry Moore earlier. His latest series is called Serial, and a lot of his characters since Rachel Rising are characters who are actually dead, but they've been raised from the dead from something. I think it was a meteor. I'm not certain what caused them to rise up again, but this little girl, uh, she has no tolerance for child molesters, as she shouldn't. and people who harm children don't last long in this story. Really amazing stuff. Carmen, oh, did I put on my X-ray glasses? What just happened? But this story, I haven't got into it yet. This is issue number 2, but I need to pick it up. And interesting back cover for you. Yes, the show's not for kids. If somebody's got their kids watching, you might see comic book nudity. So careful there. The picture of everything. The Paris Ripper, the artist of deadly paintings, has completed his masterwork, and the city stands poised to change forever. Picture of everything, and another cover for it. I'm liking that one. The picture of everything looks pretty cool. I know that's again for me. I love the time setting of the late 1800s, early 1900s. I love that time era. And last but not least, we have Fantastic Four, and something's going on with the Fantastic Four. I don't know what this is all about, but look at them. They are transformed. What in the world is going on there? So there you have it, kids. That's our show for today. We really appreciate you joining us. If you like the show, please give us a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe and share our show with your social media friends. Hit that like button. Don't forget that the secret word is FOMO. It's like I say, it's not really a word. Fear of missing out. So don't miss out. Get your discount at the Comics Club. We're going to see you guys here soon. And remember, read. It brings out the hero in you. We'll see you next time at the Comics Club.